Welcome to the School of Education 2022 Postgraduate Certificate in Education. This orientation PowerPoint is for both Edgewood and Pietermaritzburg campus. My name is Professor Jaya Naidu. I am the academic leader for the PGCE. My email address is naidoj2@ukzn.ac.za. The Dean and Head of the School of Education is Prof. T. Msibi. The Academic Leader for Teaching and Learning is Dr. S. Kumalo. The Assistant Academic Leader for the PGCE at Pietermaritzburg campus is Dr. F. Zulu. The Principal Academic Officer is Mrs. B. Bengumguni. The PGCE Administrator at Edgewood is Ms. S. Mbanjwa. The PGCE Administrator at Pietermaritzburg is Ms. G. Naika. At the PGCE, we offer 5 senior phase teaching subjects. Some of these subjects are only offered at Edgewood campus, for example, creative arts teaching and technology teaching. We offer 17 FET teaching subjects at the School of Education. Some of these are only offered at Edgewood campus, for example, dramatic arts teaching, music teaching, and tourism teaching. All students must complete all of the following modules, and you must obtain an endorsement for language competence in teaching through the medium of English, and you must also obtain an endorsement for conversational competence in one other of the official African languages of South Africa. The language achievements in the undergraduate degree and the matric certificate will be used to determine these endorsements. Students must demonstrate competence in the use of computers. The structure of the PGCE. In semester 1, you will register for 5 modules, and in semester 2, you will register for 5 modules. The Language Proficiency Module, ED-EN 600, is a 0-credit module. You must register for this module. You will not have any lectures for this module, but you will be given an endorsement for this module based on your matric or undergrad certificate. In semester 2, the Competency in the Use of Computers, EDCM 600, is also a 0-credit module. Please note that you need to submit a computer certificate or proof of completing a computer module for your endorsement of the competency in the use of computers. If you need further advice or information about your modules, the Education Studies Cluster offers the core modules in the PGCE. Details of the academic leader and the module coordinator for each of these modules are reflected in this slide. If you need more information about the Language and Arts Education Cluster, here are the information and email addresses of the academic leader and the module coordinators or lecturers. This cluster offers the PGCE in Creative Arts, Dramatic Arts, English, isiZulu, and Music. The Maths and Computer Science Education Cluster offers the PGCE in Mathematics Senior Phase, Mathematics FET Phase, and Mathematical Literacy. If you have any queries regarding any of these modules, please contact the Maths coordinators or the academic leader as reflected on this slide. The Science and Technology Education Cluster offers the PGCE in Life Sciences, Natural Science, Physical Science, and Technology. The details of the academic leader and the module coordinators are reflected in this slide. If you have any queries pertaining to any of the science or technology PGCE subjects, please contact the relevant academic. The Social Science Cluster offers the PGCE in Accounting, Business Studies, Economics, Economics and Management Sciences, Geography, History, Life Orientation and Tourism. If you have any queries concerning any of these PGCE subjects, please contact the relevant module coordinator as reflected in the slide. For the teaching practice module, you can contact the academic leader or the administrators if you have any queries regarding the two core teaching practice modules that are required to complete the PGCE. We have PGCE administrators for the School of Education. Their email addresses are reflected in this slide. We have Ms. Imbanjwa at Edgewood and Ms. Naika at Pietermaritzburg. If you have any queries regarding the administrative processes for the PGCE, please contact the relevant administrator. Their information is reflected on this slide. We also have library services available to all registered students. Please see the information for each subject librarian as well as the principal librarian if you have any queries regarding the library services. The student support services that are offered at the School of Education includes student counselors or psychologists. We also have a disability support unit. All information and email addresses of the relevant individuals are reflected on this slide. We also have a bursary program available to our PGCE students. If you have any queries regarding this, you can contact the coordinator or the administrator. Their email addresses are reflected in this slide. We also have risk management services available to all registered students. Here is the necessary information and contact details for both campuses. In this slide, I'm including some important information for all PGCE students. You need to attend your lectures and you need to submit all assessments on time. If you have any academic queries, first speak to your lecturer who will advise you accordingly. If you have any registration queries, please speak to one of the PGCE administrators. At UKZN, we have a very strict plagiarism policy. It is the responsibility of the student to read and adhere to the UKZN plagiarism policy. This policy includes valuable information on how to avoid plagiarism and the penalties for engaging in any form of plagiarism. This policy is available on the School of Education webpage, and I've included the address for this webpage in this slide. Please read this policy very carefully. There are important steps in the PGCE administration. Please follow these steps carefully as shown in this slide. There are various registration steps that need to be followed. Please look at this information as shown in this slide and also view the College of Humanities webpage for further information regarding the online registration process for 2021. The details of this webpage is included in this slide. Suspension of registration. There are important steps to follow if you wish to suspend your registration. Please follow this information as shown in this slide carefully in order to ensure that registration is suspended correctly. If you are withdrawing your registration, there are important steps to follow. Please consult this slide to see that you understand the process and you complete the correct process for withdrawal of registration. In 2022, we are using an online registration process. I've included the web page for the online registration process. Please ensure you are registered correctly and for the correct specialization and phase that you have been approved for. You are not permitted to register for any specialization modules that you are not approved for. Please note that all students are responsible for their registration, and please ensure you register for the correct modules that you have been approved for, and you also register for the correct phase. The PGCE consists of 8 modules of 16 credits each, as well as 2 modules without credit or with 0 credit. The structure of the PGCE has been provided on slide 7 of this PowerPoint presentation. Thank you for listening to the orientation program for the PGCE. I wish you all the best with your studies. My name is Prof. Jaya Naidu. If you have any queries, please feel free to email me. My email address is naiduj2@ukzn.ac.za. Goodbye.